Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another show. It's Geekonomics. Marc and Bryon here. We have a bunch to talk about, a whole lot of things going on. It was a busy weekend.
Yeah.
Not like personally, but in the world of things.
Well, it was a busy weekend for me personally.
Oh, I did nothing.
In the wonderful world of Disney.
And Josh is here somewhere, too.
I don't know what he just said.
The wonderful world of Disney.
Oh.
He did it in a weird voice because he thinks he's funny.
Oh.
Yeah. You
am
hired
funny!
him. You hired him. I didn't. So,
Don't
yes.
blame. He's your brother.
Yeah,
He's
you would say the same thing about your brother.
He's a seducer-producer. He does a great job. And I'll say this once because I know he doesn't like compliments. We appreciate him putting in his time to help us and be part of the show. That's it. We'll move on.
Thanks, Brian!
You're welcome.
You're lucky you exist. All right. The show. We have a lot of stuff to cover.
We do. So a little housekeeping.
Housekeeping. Fluff your pillow.
We know at the end of
Would you like
September, there's
oh.
a ClipsCon, which we'll have more
Yes.
information about. End of October, east of the river.
Yes.
Okay.
Before all that, though,
Yes.
we are creeping up on episode 700.
Yes, we are.
We are about a couple episodes away.
And we have a very special episode.
We do.
Planned.
We do. So coming up, you won't see episode 700 in line of regular shows,
no,
probably.
it might be out of order.
But we will put it out separately at
Yes.
a certain time.
Yes.
It'll be a special edition of the show, a special 700th episode celebration, if you will.
Well,
We can do it that way. We call it the 700th episode celebration and not call it episode 700.
right.
We'll do that.
We'll skip the number 700.
Yes.
We're going to skip it until we get this in the can
Yes.
and ready to rock. And
Yeah.
we'll put it out.
Yeah.
It will be a special episode. We have
something planned.
We have something planned. And I'm not going to give out spoilers.
No. Not even a little tidbit of information is coming out.
Can I say one thing?
I guess so, if you want.
I came in to do ETV.
Yes.
Mark had a person
One of our other
In-
producers was here.
in the office.
Yep.
This person said
Has a
some
show.
very interesting things
Yes.
and very entertaining, very humorous, and we thought, boy, this would really make a great 700th
Yes.
episode. Leave it at that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be thoroughly entertaining.
Yes.
Very funny. This person has a good sense of humor,
Yeah.
but has some interesting things to say.
Yes. And they have their own show here at the studio as well.
Yeah.
So we'll be on their show for their episode, and we'll also be using it for our needs as well.
Yeah.
So
The
yeah.
extra, I'm sure the version you get on our will be an extended version of that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure.
probably.
Yeah. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We got it. Yeah.
So you have that to look forward to. So keep an eye out for that.
Very excited.
It's crazy to think that we've been doing this 700 times,
Well,
or almost 700 times.
it's been 700 episodes plus
Oh yeah.
because we had a lot of offshoots.
Yes.
We had a lot of episodes that weren't in the numbered.
Correct.
We did a lot of Black Friday stuff.
Yeah. We used to do expos and conventions.
You know what show I miss, Mark? And I'm being genuine here. And I think it would be awesome if you brought it back. You and Matt Ryan did the free comic book, Free Lunch Studios comic book review show. Remember
Comic News.
Comic News.
Free Lunch Comic News.
I
It
really
was a very short-lived show.
it's still
Matt's
fun.
schedule is
busy
not
guy.
really
I know conducive to doing
conducive to doing anything other than his job and working on his comic book.
I hear you.
Yeah.
But I listened.
Yes.
And
There's
I
been
liked that
multiple things we've tried to do and just haven't
show. Yeah.
taken off because of just life.
Were
Within.
there movie reviews part of shows, or were they shows on their own?
No, movie reviews were separate.
Yep.
We used to do the live reviews at Denny's at night.
Yes.
It was a terrible idea.
It was a bad idea, but it was a lot of fun.
yes.
A lot of
Yeah.
fun.
I don't know who will listen to those, and if you did, I apologize.
It was nonsense, but you know what?
Yes.
I look back on that. It was a nice time capsule
Yeah.
of everybody who went. We went to Denny's. I put my phone in the middle, and we.
Not even your phone. Like, oh yeah, you did put your phone.
It was my
yeah,
phone.
I thought it was, you had
I
a
hit
recorder
record,
for a
and we
couple
would
of them.
just go through it, and I would just
Yeah.
edit the audio, bring it up the next day, post it as is.
He
and
did bring a recorder the last 2 times? Because
Yeah,
I remember
I
it was
thought
that
so, yeah.
double-headed Mike.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Denny's closed,
Yeah.
Yes.
and so
There's no place open.
nobody hangs out after the movies anymore. We just talk outside.
Well, we
for
still do.
a
It's just
half
we just do
hour.
them in the parking lot at
Yeah.
West Springfield where we watch the movie because there's nowhere to go.
I know. It's so sad.
There's no late night place anymore you can go and
No.
sit at and conversate with your friends.
If that Dunkin' Donuts right there was smart, they would be open late and let people come in.
That'd be smart.
Because then people would.
Or if
Because
someone was smart, they'd buy one of those empty buildings over there and turn it into a diner,
Right.
a 24-hour diner.
Seriously. But anyway,
The 24-hour diner.
We're
like,
getting an
concept
IHOP.
is just not.
it's not a thing anymore. People
No,
don't really
it's
do it
not.
anymore.
No.
There's only like
And you're not really getting
few
an
of 'em.
IHOP. You're getting like a IHOP Express, basically.
I'm not. IHOP's the worst. I'm not going to go there.
Well, I'm not saying you have to go
Last
there.
I
I'm
went
just
to an
saying.
IHOP, it was one of the worst.
You hop to the bathroom afterwards?
No, the experience as a whole was god awful. Like it was like weird.
As a whole or on the whole?
The whole.
Both.
We walked in there. It felt like we were being served by captors that put everybody that they basically put everybody hostages in the back, and they saw us walk in, and they had to pretend to work there. So they came out being like, "So, what do you want to eat?" And they were wearing their pajamas. It was
Maybe
cold.
they were.
It was February.
was.
The AC was blasting.
Well,
It felt like the real
it's
staff.
IHOP. Was this the one up by me in Springfield?
It was in Manchester.
Oh.
It was the worst. And the food, overpriced, not that good.
No, it's
and
not that
I would
great.
not go back.
Yeah.
I'd rather support a
Yeah.
local breakfast place.
There really
honestly.
isn't. That's the only other option. Really, there isn't any other.
Country
like,
Diner's amazing. And
no, I'm
then-
talking about like there is no other like national chain that has that kind of situation, like a breakfast situation like that.
Yeah, well, Denny's, they still
But they don't exist.
Yeah, they do.
Not around here.
They don't here, but they
That's
still
what I'm
exist.
saying in general.
IHOP is the only one.
They've kind of like taken over the mantle, basically.
Yeah, but they're not that great.
Yeah. I mean, you got like in certain places, Golden Corral.
Oh yeah, Golden
I got
Corral.
one right by my
Waffle
house.
House. Waffle House.
Yeah, we don't have those up here though.
No, I know, but they exist.
I know, I'm saying.
nationally.
You
Anyway,
have too many Dunkins.
Yeah,
Dunkin', and Starbucks.
pretty
Kicked everybody out.
um,
As Brian sits there with his Dunkin' cup.
my water.
Not complaining. It's just
I don't.
most people want it quick and fast. They don't want.
Right.
Did you really go to
Sit-down
Dunkin' to get a
breakfast.
water? Or do you just have those cups and you just fill them with water?
Oh, I brought this cup from home and filled
Oh,
it with
okay,
water.
good.
I actually finally got myself a nice to-go, a reusable cup. I have one at work, but the one at home I use, like, it sprung a leak somewhere. So I've had some accidents where it tipped
know what you
over
should
my
do?
bag. It was just filled with water.
You know what you should do? I mention this to everybody now because it's like my favorite. Like I keep trying to tell Claire that I want to go again, but she gets like, no, because I spend too much money there. The Yankee Candle outlet store up by the Yankee Candle.
Oh, yeah.
They have like a whole like Coleman area.
Yeah, because they're owned by the company that
Yeah,
owns
owns-
all
yeah,
that.
Unilever or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a whole bunch like that's where I got mine, and I've dropped it multiple times. It keeps on ticking.
Yeah, well, I got a new one. I got a brand new
Yeah.
one. It just got in the mail. I brought this today because it was at my counter. I'm like, I'll just fill it up with water real quick.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're so off topic.
We are.
I don't even know. Anyway,
Episode
back to
700 is
it's
coming.
What? How did we go
You
from
went off on a tangent. We went about
You
shows.
did
no,
too.
we talked about like shows
It was
that aren't
me.
in
It was
number
me.
order. It was
we were
Josh
talking about other
mentioned
shows, and
the-
I brought up the movie review
the movie
show.
reviews,
Yeah.
and that took us off the
Wow,
tangent.
we all three went off the
Yes,
tangent.
it happens.
Anyway,
Only 10 minutes in. We got plenty of time.
today we're going to give our review of season 4 of The Boys. We have
Yes.
D23 news.
We do.
Mark, how was your weekend? I got a couple things to talk about, but I'll let you go first. How was your weekend? Anything?
Didn't really do anything. You just kind of sat around the house, lounged, watched the Olympics a little bit, watched The Boys, burned through
Nice.
The Boys.
Yeah.
Did that Saturday. Yeah. Friday into Saturday.
Took us 3
Kinda
days.
tackled
We
that.
did it in 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah, so just did that basically. And then watched the Bratz documentary. Andrew McCarthy from the Brat Pack back in the 80s did a documentary delving into that term and how it affected his career and other members of that group's career and like interviewed them. And they hadn't like literally hadn't talked to each other in 30 years which I thought was crazy. Like, he didn't like talk to Emilio or Rob Lowe, Judd Nelson, Molly Ringwald, Ali Sheedy, like that whole group basically.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't talk to any of them. Basically, the whole cast of St. Elmo's Fire, basically.
Really?
Yeah, hadn't talked to any of them in like 30 years or so.
What's this on?
Hulu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. Don't ruin it for me.
Yeah, so it's
I'll
like an
check it
hour and a half. It's really good. It really, like, it was decent.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good to see. Like, it was nice to see. Like, it was just nice to watch something that wasn't a franchise. Because I was involved in D23 all weekend watching all the stuff from there. So it was nice to turn off the franchise fire hose.
Corporate America.
Yes, but it was on Hulu. And it was like an ABC News thing. So
Cool.
we don't mostly watch the Olympics. We watched the
Did you watch the closing
watched
ceremonies?
the closing ceremonies last night.
Yeah, we watched that
Saw
yesterday
Red Hot
live.
Chili Peppers.
Oh my God.
They're so old.
You know who's old? I can't believe they had Ellen DeGeneres go down on a rope like that and land and then hop on a
Tom
motorcycle.
Cruise.
Dude, I was like, he looks like Ellen DeGeneres. I was like, why is Ellen here? It was the lamest thing. Tom Cruise,
Tom Cruise is huge in Europe.
dude, he's
Yeah, that's the one thing that
action
confused
star.
me. Was Tom
I don't think
Cruise.
so much in America anymore, but he's huge in Europe. Like, those stupid Mission Impossible movies, like, make so much money overseas.
Well, anyway, he propels down on a rope, gets on a bike, takes the flag.
Notice when he gets to America, no one from America talked to him except for a lady on a bicycle.
Well, she takes it, and then he puts the circles above the Hollywood sign, and then Chili Peppers play, Billie Eilish play,
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg plays.
Yes.
It was cool.
That's when I stopped watching.
Why-
It
I
pretty
wa-
much ended after that, I heard. So
Well, after Snoop Dogg, they go back to France.
Yeah.
Because we watched it in the afternoon live when it was happening.
Yeah.
I know that night they replayed it all.
yes, that's when we watched it.
So we watched that, and yeah, it was cool. We watched a lot of Olympics this year, believe it or not. I was like, I can't believe it's over. Like, we watched a lot.
Claire got deep into breaking,
Breaking Bad.
the breakdancing
Oh.
competition. She went hard into it
We
on
watched
Saturday.
we watched the gymnastics and the swimming.
She watched all that too, but then like Saturday they did the whole thing, like
Mm-hmm.
the prelims and then the finals.
Yeah.
She was hard into it. She was like, "This is amazing." She's like, "You gotta like." I sat and watched a little bit of it. The girl from Australia. If you want to see something amazing, you have to watch the Australian female breaking competitor.
Yeah.
Had no idea how to dance, but she somehow made the Olympics because it's a new first time doing it.
They have
And
to
she
know how
had
to,
no idea what she.
They
no,
know how. They have
it
to know
looked
what
like
they
she had
do
no
and
idea
why.
what she was doing. Trust me, it looked like an Ellen looks like Elaine from Seinfeld.
Yeah, but if you're in
Like,
the
that was
Olympics,
her
you're
skills.
The top. You're the top of your profession.
Country.
Yeah. So of course she knows how to.
There might not be a
dance.
lot of female Australian breaking dancers. Is what I'm saying. That she qualified for this. That's all I'm saying.
What did she get?
Oh, I don't. They don't. It's not scores. It's they have 17 judges
Yeah.
and they vote on who they think did better.
Yeah, but what'd she get? Would
She didn't. I don't think she made it out of the prelims.
Oh, well.
Claire only showed me her little presentation. I didn't watch the whole thing. Claire only showed me her thing. She's like, "You gotta watch this. It's pretty hilarious. It's pretty crazy."
We watched the
She just like gets on the ground, just starts running in a circle,
That's weird.
like on the ground, and like does like the thing where she ends up on her arm. I was like, "Oh man, this is awesome."
That's weird. I mean,
She
yeah,
made the Olympics.
we got into the we watched a lot of the artistic swimming and stuff, which was really
Yeah,
wild.
synchronized swimming. They just call it now artistic swimming.
Yeah, it's wild. It's
Yeah.
wild because I love the camera shot where you actually see what's happening underwater,
Mm-hmm.
and that to me is even more impressive when they're holding their breath for that long.
Yeah.
Or the way they're moving their body to keep themselves exactly at the same height
Yes.
as each other.
Yeah.
It blows
They
my
used to make
mind.
movies of that.
Uh-huh.
They used to be movies. People just go to movies and just watch that
Yeah,
with music playing.
Yeah.
And that was a film
yeah.
Brian,
back in the day.
I know.
Brian, you need to watch the footage upside down because it's even weirder because they really don't move at all and they're all so perfectly lined up
Yeah.
that it looks like they're walking.
I know.
Yeah.
And when they show the water before they jump in, because they do a dance routine before they jump
Yeah.
in, the water is so clear and so still. It
Yeah.
looks like they're going to jump into an empty pool.
Yes.
Like, it is
Yeah.
crazy. But anyway, I
A lot
was
of chlorine in that
I
water.
was impressed by everybody. Like, we watched, like,
Yeah, Paris did a great job at the Olympics. Besides the whole like river swimming thing,
well, it's dirty. What are you going to do?
everything else was great.
I was just impressed by all the athletes from all the countries. It was really impressive about everybody. Like, it was cool. And, you know, it felt good to cheer for your own country. Like, I know it's kind of like, with politics aside, it felt good to be like, you're rooting for your own country, and it's exciting to see them win. And even when there were some great athletes in other countries, man, I was just like, man, I hope they're amazing, you know?
Yeah.
But we really got into the gymnastics, obviously, because Simone Biles.
Yes.
We watched her. We watched all that.
The guy from Worcester,
Yeah, they got.
pommel horse guy
Yeah.
with the glasses. He's awesome.
Clark Kent. Everybody dubbed him Clark Kent.
Superman.
And you got to watch the. Why am I blanking? When you jump over the pole, the pole vault. Is it pole vault? When you use a pole vault.
Yeah,
and
it's
jump
pole
over
vault.
the.
It's a pole vault.
It's a
Yeah,
pole
pole
vault.
vault. So, well, you might don't want to Google it, but it's
He's a
there.
French competitor. Yes, I
The
saw
guy
that. Yeah.
who basically lost because his package was too big.
His package hit the pole.
His
and knocked it
package
off.
took the pole down.
Yes.
Which they show in slow motion, and
Yes.
you're just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And I mean, now
That guy will have a great couple days.
he lost because
Did he though?
He did.
Did he though?
I know he didn't really. He didn't really lose. I tell you that.
Because he won. He's gonna win at life.
He won big.
Might not win the Olympics, but he's gonna win at life.
He's gonna win at life. He will be engaged by the end of the month.
He'll be. I don't know that.
A couple
he
dates,
might be a
couple
couple.
dates.
Might be a little bit longer than that, but
That was really funny. The Daily Show. I was watching the Daily Show, and they
Yeah.
actually did a piece about
oh
that.
yeah, there was a whole thing. I've
Yeah,
seen
it
all
was-
over the place.
It was really funny.
Yeah.
Anything else, Mark? Before we move on to my little thing.
No,
I
that's
just wanted to
about
say
it.
something.
Oh, Josh said something.
2028, LA.
L.A.
They're adding baseball, softball back,
Yes.
lacrosse,
Ah.
and flag football.
Ooh. You know the sport I was surprised is not in the Olympics yet?
Yeah, I heard about flag football.
Cricket. It's huge in Europe.
That's potentially going to be one of the new additions, but they're still working on it.
Oh yeah, because it's huge in Europe. It's like huge all over all over the world except for here.
Well,
Well,
no, that
it's
it
huge in
is
Europe.
Mark. We have our own league now. That's why they're saying that
Well, I know
the
that. What I'm
Olympics.
saying,
No, that's
but
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
it's like
That's why the Olympics might start adding it because more
Yeah.
countries are having their own leagues.
yeah, cricket in like overseas is like the NFL here. Like it's the biggest thing. Like people stop everything to watch a cricket match. They last days.
I don't agree.
I think that might
soccer
be
is
the
bigger
problem with
than
it, though, Mark.
cricket.
The problem might be because how long the games are.
Well, they could augment
Unless
it
you
to
put in different rules.
make it so it's a shorter.
I'm really disappointed bowling is not in Summer Olympics.
I remember I think lawn bowling was in the Olympics at one
I
point.
feel like I had a dream that bowling was in the Olympics, but I was
There
like,
might be. It might have been
it might have been. I feels like
as an
it
exhibition sport of some sort.
felt like it was.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm conflating the fact that back in the day, ESPN
They probably did
Ocho
like
used to
a
air
World
bowling.
Cup of bowling or something.
Yeah, they used to air. Remember, it used to air professional bowling.
They still do. They still do.
I have cable, so I have
Yeah.
no idea. But like,
Yeah.
that's why I was like, oh, was bowling in part of the Olympics at one point?
No.
Yeah, it should be though.
No.
It'd be fun.
Badminton is.
I know
It's
that.
intense.
I know badminton is.
It's crazy.
Commonwealth Games.
Commonwealth.
Bowling
Games.
was in the Commonwealth Games and is also a part of Special Olympics.
Ah,
Okay.
there you go.
There we go. Mystery solved. Thank you, Mr. Producer.
Yes. So you're good for something.
All right, we got to move on.
So Brian, how was your weekend? Or week, I should say.
Well, my week was great. We saw each other this past week.
I know, but no one from the shows, like the listeners,
How was the rest of Raw?
haven't. Yeah. How was the second half of Raw? You haven't. You saw the second half of
Oh,
Raw.
I did. Yeah. Raw
Yeah.
was awesome.
Yeah.
And like,
And SmackDown.
first of all, we'll go into Raw real quick. I find this very interesting that we have Rhea and Damian Priest are now on their own,
The Terror Twins.
and the Judgment Day is kind of like got a big mix-up.
Yeah.
Liv Morgan's there,
Yeah.
and that was a cool ending.
Yeah.
With Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley coming out.
Post and Live.
Oh man, heating up. I love Raw. Raw is my favorite show of the week, my friend.
What about the Wyatts?
And the Wyatt
Oh,
Six
the
at the
first
end.
Wyatt 6 match.
Yeah.
Wow. And Chad Gable and his croonies there.
Yowie wowie.
Oh my God, that was something.
Yeah.
I tell you, man, when that music plays and the smoke comes in, I get the chills.
I'll admit.
I love it.
I'll admit. I don't say this often. I don't admit to this often. I will say, it's one of the few times watching wrestling that I got emotional. When their music hit and I saw them come out
Yeah.
and everything to his music, his old music and everything, and seeing him come down and seeing like Bo come out and everything, his brother.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the match, when they all
Yeah.
came into the ring afterwards and everything, like I got emotional. I was like, oh, like Bo was able to do the thing that his brother wanted. And
Well,
that,
then
like,
I gotta watch the documentary.
Got me.
you
You
even
gotta
have
watch
the
documentary.
you even have
It's
the Eric
about him
Rowan.
because he died. When did he die?
earlier this year.
Was it 2023? I think.
Yeah, late
Right?
last year.
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
watch that. It's on my playlist, and I keep putting it off. And I'm like, after that match, I was
Yeah.
like, okay, Brian, I just
Yeah.
gotta watch it
Yeah.
because
Well, that's like Eric Rowan did the tribute to Brody too.
Yeah, he did
Yes.
where he came over the top rope and landed on the guy. That was his old tag team partner's move.
nice.
We did the yeah. That was his
Yeah.
catchphrase.
Okay.
Now, Mark, did you think his suit looked a little bit like the Bludgeon
He
Brothers?
was very Bludgeon Brothers-esque, yeah. His outfit, yeah. And then there's a video online from after the match where they go off air and they're all standing there and they all getting like Bray and Rowan like basically like embrace and everything, and you could see like Rowan's like bawling his eyes out, and then like they point up to the sky and everything, and I'm just like, oh my god.
You know, I
So-
watched. I don't know if you guys watched it, but I'll have to check that out. On the YouTube channel, they put out a blog by CM Punk of SummerSlam.
Yeah, whatever.
No, it was really good because there's a great moment in this. CM Punk, he's talking about what he gets ready for his match, and he wore that getup was a I think was what was it? SummerSlam? Was it Bret Hart? Who was it? Who was the celebrity referee? Was it
That was the Shawn
Ric
Michaels,
Flair
Bret
or-
Hart, and Stone Cold.
This is SummerSlam.
Yes,
Who was the referee?
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels. The getup he was wearing was something. I
It
think
was a tribute to Bret Hart.
Bret
That's
Hart.
why it was pink.
Yes, it was Bret Hart. Then they showed him talking to Cody Rhodes and feeding his dog and stuff.
whatever.
I love CM Punk. Why? Are you
I
so,
am anti CM Punk.
Why?
I just over it.
He's my favorite.
I think he's a
love
terrible, terrible blight on the whole show now at this point.
CM Punk. I disagree. I love him immensely. I think he's an amazing human being. But anyway,
Well.
this is what I liked. I'm telling you what I.
You can tell you're new to this situation.
I don't care. I think CM Punk's
I'm
amazing.
I'm on the Drew side of this situation.
So anyway,
And Seth.
this
burn
is,
him out
this
of
is
the company
not,
completely.
This is not wrestling. This is just being a human being. So afterwards, he has obviously SummerSlam is where Rhea Ripley's gonna have everything come undone with
Yes.
Judgment Day, right? You actually she was so nervous. You see her, and she was like, I'm so nervous for tonight. And he's like, dude, you're gonna do great.
Yeah.
Go out there and be the queen of the ring. But she was like, physically, you
Yeah.
could see her like almost gonna cry because she was like,
Yeah, no,
she
they're trying
realized-
to prop him up as this new mentor guy.
it was good. It was good.
Yeah, whatever. It's all BS.
I like him. I'm allowed to like him.
It's all corporate BS with CM Punk. Trying to paint him as some savior to help out these younger people. It's the same guy who hated younger wrestlers when he was in the company originally. And was kicked out of the old company he was in because he beat up a younger wrestler. So
You know, it's just a narrative, Mark.
no, but in real life he did these things.
Well, as someone, if he really beat someone up, he would be in jail. If
Well,
he
not like
really.
he punched, like he got in a fight with somebody backstage.
Okay.
That's how he got fired
Yeah,
from
but
the last company.
Yeah, but we don't know. Why did he get in a fight?
Because him and the guy had an issue.
Okay.
The guy also wanted to wreck our rental car.
He wanted to throw someone through a window of a rental car.
Okay.
And CM Punk was like, no, we're not doing that. Because he was running one show.
So
And
you're mad
AEW
at
is running the
someone
other
for
show.
saying you shouldn't be throwing someone through a window?
No, hold on. Let me finish what I was saying. So this wrestler, Luke Perry's son, Jack Perry, is the wrestler. Said this and then like wanted to do this. CM Punk said no. He said, "I don't want you throwing it through real glass. Let's, we could wait till next. We can do this at some other time, but let's get like prop glass so no one gets hurt and
Well,
everything."
yeah,
So
you can kill someone.
yeah, but I mean they're all stunt actors basically.
Yeah, but real
So, yes,
glass can
I know.
kill you.
But anyways, so
Mark's like, no, this should be real glass.
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying. So they decided not to do it. Then they went to the show, a bigger like a pay-per-view show,
Yeah,
and he did that same spot on the big show
yeah.
with real glass through a windshield,
There's no way. they
and
did
then
with
looked
real
into the
glass.
camera and said, "You gonna cry about it? It's real glass."
There's
so he
no
went
way.
backstage.
There's no way it's real glass. They would not. Nobody would allow that. I'm telling
It
you.
was just
No, Brian,
Yes,
AEW, they do.
they did.
That seems a little. It's probably prop glass.
No,
It wasn't. It was an
sadly,
actual
Brian,
car
AEW
window.
will do it.
They did.
It's hard
So
for me to
anyways.
believe without seeing it.
So anyways, Jack Perry goes in the back. CM Punk confronts him. They start getting into a shoving match. I guess CM Punk swung on him. Oh, Josh, there's someone at the door. Can you let them in? I think they're here to edit. And then, so CM Punk got fired because of that, because he started this was his second altercation
Yeah.
while he was there.
Well, needless to say, I have a hard time believing they would allow someone to get thrown through real glass, or it is fake glass. Because if you try to throw something through a windshield,
Not like through it, but like onto it.
don't forget the windshield has a plexi barrier, so it's not going to go right through.
No,
it's just
he didn't
gonna
like throw him
shatter.
through. It just like dropped him on it, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I don't know. I like CM Punk. He's one of my favorites. So
Yeah,
it is
each
what it
their
is.
own.
Each their own. We all like people. We all don't
Yeah.
like people. That's what wrestling's about.
Yeah. I'm just over his shtick. It looks like he's working in slow motion too. That's the other thing.
Well, I'll tell you,
Like the match he had with Drew McIntyre.
both of them did.
Well, I think Drew was slowing down to keep up, to try to make CM Punk
I
look
will
okay.
tell you, that was a very lumbering match.
Yes.
But I feel okay. Needless to say, I agree with
back.
you on that. I will say this though, Seth Rollins. It sucks that he's still not up to task, and now they put him on the injured list yet again. And, I mean, obviously, what happened on Monday was because he's still not up to par.
Well, he wanted to take more time off.
Yeah,
He just wasn't,
he's still-
He didn't feel like he was ready.
I
He's
think
not ready.
I
Go
think
full
what
tilt.
that was, he was part of the story, and they couldn't cut him out because they needed to fill out the story.
No, he tried to come back after his last injury, and he decided that he wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready.
healed enough yet, so he said he needed he needed more time.
My
So they did write him off the show.
They wrote him off the show
stuff.
because he's still injured.
So that
still
way he
doesn't feel
can
up to
still
right.
rehab.
Right.
So
And that was fun. That was fun. To see.
Yeah.
That was really well done
Yeah.
with the blood and all that.
and it brings Bronson Reed up. So
Dude, that
Yeah.
guy is like crazy. I know. It was kind of funny when Seth Rollins took off his shirt. I was like, man, he's got the dad bod going.
oh yeah,
And then of course on
you
the
can tell he's able to work out as much as he would.
Exactly.
Mr. CrossFit.
on the Reddit board, someone took a screen capture and said, "Well, it looks like that Becky Lynch got Seth Rollins pregnant."
Yeah,
I'm like, poor guy.
It's true.
But he
Yeah.
has the dad bod going, and he's been out, so he probably is just not 100%.
Yeah.
And I like Seth Rollins a lot too. So,
Yes. Yeah. But anyways,
but anyway,
we digress again.
yes, it's fine. We can all like different
Yeah.
wrestlers, but I think, like I said last week, Damian Priest. Now he has become one of my favorites, and
Yeah.
like him, like now the Judgment Day is being broken up like this. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
But these two together, you can tell. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's making Monday Night Raw that much more
Yeah.
interesting. SmackDown was good. I watched it Sunday night. It's become my Sunday night thing to watch now. I like watch it Sunday nights. Honestly, thank God we have moved past Solo Sokola's reign of becoming like there's pushback now. We
Yeah.
have why does his name escape me? We have
Roman.
Roman Reigns coming back.
Yes.
And like the excitement for SmackDown for me is like, oh, finally we can move with this storyline forward.
Yeah.
Because I kind of felt like it stalled a little bit, and we were
Yeah.
just kind of
Yeah.
rerunning it every week, and I'm
Yeah.
like, come on. But Roman Reigns coming back is like obviously a big deal to a lot of fans, and obviously I got into wrestling right when he left, so now I can he's really good.
Yeah.
But like seeing everybody so excited to see him,
Yeah.
and SmackDown was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited for SmackDown.
Yeah, there you
SmackDown's
go.
like touch and go.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the Cody Rhodes and is it Kevin Owens?
That is who it is.
How do you feel about that matchup for
Need to have a match.
I know, but
That's all it is.
that's what I feel like too.
It's just need to have a match. Who's available? Who's willing to go to Germany?
Bash up Berlin.
Yeah, who's willing to fly to Berlin?
I'm like,
And Kevin's like, I'll do it. And they're like, all right, cool.
no,
And they
he
put him in
didn't.
the-
Remember?
No, I'm saying
he
in real life.
He protested.
In real life, they're probably like, all right, we're going to Berlin. Who's going to be around or available to go on the tour? Because they're probably going to wrestle around Europe before this.
Well-
not just going to go there for that and come back.
Well, yeah, we got Randy Orton up against Gunther.
Yes.
right
so
now.
it's just like they're whoever's available. It's going to be like a SmackDown heavy show, I'm assuming.
Yeah, because I feel SummerSlam was Raw heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is interesting. I feel like when you have two people that are on the same side, and quote unquote, because sometimes there's no sides in wrestling,
Yeah.
but two people that actually have respect for each other, who are very
Yeah,
good.
Cody will win.
Cody
We'll
will
move
win,
on.
but it will be a
It'll be an amicable thing.
right. There could be
It's not
some
that they're
shenanigans
gonna- At least
at
he's
the end.
I don't think they'll turn Kevin heel again.
No.
That's,
I'm
like,
saying
happens
there's
all
going
the
to be
time.
shenanigans, maybe from the bloodline, maybe.
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 Maybe it'd just be like just a regular thing.
I'm
This
gonna
is going to be
tell
like a throwaway. This is what we, in the fandom, call the throwaway PLE.
Well, I know we've had some
The
throwaway
glorified
PLEs.
house shows, as we call them.
But the one I'm still kind of right now, because there really has been no movement story wise, is the Gunther and Randy Orton.
Well, that'll start tonight. They'll start doing that. Like
Right.
Randy will be on the show like the next month.
Yeah, I'm still on the
Finish
fence.
that and then go back to
Would they let
SmackDown.
Gunther continue on having the belt?
Yes, yeah, he's not gonna lose to Randy.
Wouldn't it be cool though?
Nah, I mean, yeah, I don't think they're gonna. Yeah,
It would
they're gonna
be-
build Gunther up to be like something until they get somebody that can.
We gotta watch.
Until Seth's back or something.
Right,
like
we
that.
gotta watch the storyline because
Yeah.
they've been really unpredictable lately.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. There's
Yeah.
been some unpredictable things happening.
Yeah.
Um,
or Drew, they'll like build Drew up or
Right.
something and
Yeah.
send him on his way or something.
But Raw was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. The next day I watched it. I think I texted you guys. I was like, oh my god, it was so good. But yeah, Raw's my favorite. Man, they're firing on all cylinders
Yeah.
with Raw.
Yeah.
And
So what'd you do the rest of the week? We're already half an hour in and you haven't even told us what you did last week.
well, you that,
I just mentioned Raw. You went off on your
no, you went off. Okay,
your
listen to you.
Blitzkrieg Pro of
You went on. You gave me the history of CM Punk.
yeah.
Real quick, we got to get into the boys, but I'll just say I helped Chris Mortensen with his movie Tragic.
Yes.
It's been a long time coming. 4
thought you
years
had
he's been
edit.
making it. And what?
He thought he had edit.
You thought you had to edit.
Yes,
Yeah.
what?
It took a while to do
We already
that.
discussed this last week. We
It
don't
took
have
a while.
the
That's
time.
why it took 4 years.
But the last couple months,
It's a slow learner, Brian.
we've been making sure it sounded good, looks good,
Yeah.
yada yada yada. He had the event on Saturday. It was very well attended.
Yes. I'm sorry I didn't make it. This wasn't up to people.
It's fine. A lot of people did show up.
Yeah.
More people than I really was.
I know.
not
It's like over
expecting.
150 people, they said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a little thing in the beginning. Everybody.
If I knew you were
enjoyed
going
the
to be
movie.
talking at the beginning and stuff, I would have made more an effort to go. I thought you were just showing the movie and that was it.
No, it was a whole movie.
Well, I didn't know
premiere.
that.
It's fine. Let me get through this. It's fine. It's
I know.
Fine. I had a little thing in the beginning. We showed the movie. Chris had his speech at the end. It took up the full 2 hours, but everybody loved it. All the
Nice.
main beats that Chris was like wanting people to get into worked.
Yeah.
I think everybody had a great time seeing themselves on the big screen.
Yeah.
Sounded really good on the big screen.
Nice.
overall, great day. We went to this local
Brew pub.
brew pub afterwards, which was really nice.
Mm.
Alex and his son showed up. They had a
Nice.
good time. But yeah, it was a good day. Like everything went well.
Awesome.
It was a good time.
You guys gonna enter it in any competitions?
Chris wants to. He wants to. I don't
Nice.
know. I don't know. I'm supposed to talk to him later this week, but he wants to.
Yes, they aired here, by the way.
Hmm?
That's nothing. That's here for nothing.
What?
Yes, they aired here, by the way, too. That's another thing he has to do.
Yes. I know. I told him I can hear
Yeah.
it too.
Well, no,
It's
he
my
like
place.
because he used equipment from here, so it kind of it's part of the deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
He wants to air it everywhere.
All right.
So, anyway, it was a huge success, and it was a good time. All right, we have to move on because we're going to be here forever, and
We
poor
will be.
Josh has
Yes.
to leave
Yes.
at 1. We're now at
By
noon.
1. Yeah.
Um,
It's like an hour for us to finish the show. I'll tell you that much.
The Boys season 4.
Yes,
You finally watched it.
I did over
Yeah.
the weekend. While you
Yes.
were watching your movie, I was watching The Boys.
The Boys.
The Boys. How you doing over here?
Yeah, I finished it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And man, I really enjoyed this season.
Yeah, I went into it with not huge expectations because I'd heard it was not really that great of a season from some people. So I was like, all right, well, I'll see what happens. And I actually liked it. I thought it was a really good season.
Me too.
I thought it was really good.
I thought it was on par with the other seasons. I
Yeah,
really didn't.
if not better than the other seasons. I like that they didn't go too crazy into some of the things that they usually tendency to slide into when they get too goofy sometimes.
I mean, they had the moments.
Well,
they
like
had
last year with
over-the-top
the
moments.
noir stuff, it got kind of, with the puppets and everything, it got kind of like,
well, we got the
whoa.
new noir,
Yeah.
which is great.
Yeah. I'll be happy when that guy gets obliterated.
Well, he will.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I thought this season was great. And
Yeah.
it's a good setup for the
I
next
did.
season.
I almost texted you,
Why?
and I will warn Josh if he watches The Boys. I would have appreciated a little bit of a heads up with the Simon Pegg story.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah. Because that got me.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
I had to take a break for like an hour in between episodes.
I honestly, I wasn't even thinking about
No,
it.
I know. I didn't probably. No, why would you? But anyways, it's just like,
I don't watch it.
yeah, okay.
I
Simon Pegg plays Huey's dad,
Yes.
and he passes in this season.
Yes. Spoilers.
Yes. Well, I mean, at this point, whatever.
But it's a crazy.
It's a crazy way that he passes.
You
But
know-
anyways, it was just very. It was flashback inducing. That's all I'll say.
Okay. I apologize.
No,
I
it's all right.
honestly wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, like watching the whole thing play out, it was a heartbreaking scene.
Yeah.
But I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't watched it. I mean, we might spoil things, so
I mean,
whatever.
Simon Pegg's awesome. He does a great job as a character.
But the sad part is, I don't know how I felt about what his character had to go through prior to that death. I don't know if that was
It wasn't needed. It wasn't needed.
I don't think it was.
It was like throwaway stuff. It wasn't like throwaway. It was just kind of like, I mean, why do you have to like go have him go out that way?
right.
Of all people, it like made it was just like, I know what they were trying to do,
Well, they're
like saying
saying-
how V is bad.
Yes, but
Don't use V.
we know V is bad.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt like for Huey to say, well, actually, it wasn't Huey. He thought about it. He kept it in his coat
The mom
pocket,
did it,
and
yeah.
the mom did it.
Yeah.
But the mom works for Vought.
Yes.
So
Well, she works for the makeup department of like Avon.
I know, but she still
Like
works.
Avon for
She
Vought,
still works for
so-
Vought. So, but I think this might come into play later on. But it was just maybe they could have done it
Well, especially after
differently.
they just did the whole thing where they had the whole scene with Butcher telling him like, I tried that and it didn't work
Right.
on me,
Right.
so it's not gonna work on your dad.
Yeah.
So it kind of like seemed like it was kind of a moot point at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. That's.
And then like a lot of escalation for no reason kind of thing.
I mean, the murders that happened in that hospital because of him.
Yeah, it just was just a very. And like if he's already technically brain dead, and like you're bringing him back, like and then like you're just causing him more trauma just for.
Right.
It was just that was the part I didn't need. They could have scrapped that whole part and
I
I'd have been
agree.
fine.
It was probably
It was there
honestly,
for reasons, but it's just the
Shock
reasons weren't. Yeah,
I think that was probably the one part of the season I didn't care for, but it was still sad when he passes.
yeah,
But I wish we didn't have to go through that to
Yeah.
get there.
yeah.
Maybe just he could have just died.
He could have just died.
It could have just been sad.
They could have just said they're not going to give it to him, and then he just passes.
Right.
and that'd have been just as emotional.
Yeah, I agree. But sorry.
I mean, I
to
know
warn
they get
you.
the thing where
I
they get
honestly
the him
didn't.
talking to his dad and the whole thing and all that, and that's what they were getting towards.
Yeah, the whole circle
that he had a
point.
chance to talk to his dad one last time. That was his whole thing because he didn't talk. He didn't answer the phone when he called and that whole thing.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. But the through line was the beginning. His dad was saying, "Well, when we had that sick cat,
Yeah.
you wouldn't put it down.
Yeah.
You just
So
let
he
it
was like-
get sicker. It was like
It was like
pooping
letting.
blood.
It was like him like coming to terms with it and being able to then.
right. Then he basically
was-
had to put his dad down.
Yeah.
He put
so that's
his dad
what it
down.
was. It was
Yeah.
basically that thing where it was now he's able to let go of
Mm-hmm.
things.
We'll move away from that.
Yeah.
Not to get emotional.
No, it was fine now, but it was just yeah. But the rest of the season was great, and the whole I don't know, the weird duplicator shapeshifter
That was funny.
stuff.
That was funny.
It was funny, but it was just like I don't like you. They did such a great job of growing Huey up with the dad stuff
Mhm.
to then like dumb him back down.
What? I guess maybe I'm confused. What are you talking about then?
Well, his dad passing, like they
Yeah,
built
yeah.
him up and said like how he's grown and he's able to accomplish that now.
Yeah,
and he's
yeah,
able
yeah.
to deal with that. And then like he's so naive that he just falls for the
Oh,
shapeshifter.
Well, he did in the beginning, but he said he started noticing things.
Yeah, but
and
then he still kept sleeping with the shapeshifter, even though he noticed things. That was my thing. It's like, well, that makes no sense.
But he wasn't sure either.
I know, but it was just kind of weird.
Well, that's where the conflict was at the
Yeah.
end.
It's just the thing to build conflict, just to make conflict
Yeah.
happen.
Well, I get it. It's like he believes this is her, but he's noticing weird things, and then it clicks.
The personality change was like instant, though. That was the thing that. I mean, we're both
Right.
married
You
and
would
been
know
with
the
someone for a
difference.
long period of
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
If all of a sudden either of our significant others were like, "Hey, let's do all these weird things,"
Yeah,
and be like,
right.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, totally.
That's not you.
And I think that's where she's upset.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Like,
Yeah.
And I think that's good. I don't mind it. I got to
Yeah.
see where it goes. The problem, I think, with the boys, maybe people, you have to. I think we live in a culture where people are just like, one episode, I know how this is all going to go.
Yeah.
But, like, when you watch, you have Frenchie have this relationship,
Yeah.
and you find out what's going on. Then
Yeah.
at the end, him and what's her name? They kiss.
Yeah.
And that was the buildup.
Yeah.
But like people were already like, why is Frenchie gay? Why is he with this dude? And
Yeah.
it's just like, dude, you watched one episode.
Yeah.
You don't know what's gonna happen. You
Yeah.
have to let it all play out.
Yeah.
Um,
I will say, off of the boys, because you mentioned, and it made me think of Last of Us. Nick Offerman and Megan Mullally,
Malawi? Malawi.
are on in this season of Umbrella Academy. First episode, they're amazing.
I still have to watch them, bro.
Nick Offerman's character, top notch.
Well, when I get Netflix,
This is more of Nick Offerman, like Nick's like.
yeah. Did you
Swanson.
finish the Umbrella?
I only got a couple of episodes.
Were they
in.
good?
They're good. Yeah.
Because it's the ending. They actually,
is. It's the end of
Netflix
it, yeah.
actually let a show end. Amazingly
Well,
enough.
yeah. I mean,
This is why I don't like watching Netflix shows because they're just going to get canceled. It's like
Yeah.
a waste of time.
yeah.
But the fact that Umbrella Academy is actually ending, I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
Well, someone's making it end. So
Wow. They
Yeah.
they knew they're ending it. Remember, they announced this like 2 years ago.
I know, but Elliot Page is making it end. So
I don't think it was her.
him.
I don't think it was his call.
I think it was like he
said-
didn't want to make anymore. That was his
They
thing.
said 4 seasons because the show.
There's only books there's only like 5 books.
No, there's only 4. There's only 3 books.
Yeah.
This
so there
is,
you go.
And they ran out of material.
Yeah.
And
So this takes place 6 years after the reset.
in the 3rd book, I will say it is my least favorite. Of the
Yeah, it
Umbrella
kind of just
Academy.
like fizzles.
It was I couldn't understand it. I was like, this is just up your
They did a better
ass.
job with the show,
Yeah.
with the third book than the book did. I will
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
And this season so far, the way they're doing it is really good. They're doing a great job. They're making it more like a family issue. And so far, I've only seen the first like episode and a quarter.
All right. Well, let's bring it
Yeah.
back to the boys. Let's bring it back
Yeah.
to the boys. All right. Anyway, overall, I think the boys was great. We just discussed the one thing we both agreed on.
Yes.
You know, even Allison was just kind of like, yeah, she
Yeah.
was heartbroken too for his death.
Yeah.
I think the Frenchie stuff at first, I was just like, are they just making drama for no reason?
Yeah.
It
Well, then like
it comes
when they
to a head at the end.
yeah. The thing though that for me, because it's been a while since the previous season, and the previous.
Last year.
But I mean, the previous, like, and even just, it's been a while since they mentioned that happened. Like, him killing his parents.
This is all new. Wasn't in any of the previous seasons. This is
Oh,
all
was
new
it? I thought it
information.
was something that, maybe it's from the comic book that I remember it from.
I see.
I was trying to remember where I remember it from. Like, I knew this is something that happened. So it probably was a comic book
I
that
don't
it was
know.
dropped in.
Frenchie doesn't really have a big. There is near the end of the series.
Yes.
Frenchie has a background.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it's that like this. I would
No, I
have to
remember
go
he was
back.
like an assassin and he killed people and
Yeah,
stuff like
but
that.
I mean,
but
honestly, they're giving these two characters more background in the
it reminded me
show.
more of that scene where he's like walking on the boat and they're all like laid on the couch. Reminded me of like Bourne Identity.
Yeah.
It was very much that. I was like, wait a minute. He was doing the Jason Bourne story all of a sudden.
They did a lot of cool little references to other
Yeah.
things in the season.
Yeah.
So.
I will say the Will Ferrell cameo was pretty epic.
It was awesome. That was really funny.
Yeah.
I like the parody, the satirical look at different things was really
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
They poked fun about DC. They poked fun of MCU. They
Yeah.
poked fun of corporate America, which I enjoyed.
Doing the big press conference in front of just the cars driving by
yes,
and making it look like it was a huge.
right.
That was very.
Or like when
Very
the Deep
nice.
goes, when they open up like with the MCU, and it's like this gigantic 19
Yes.
phase project.
Yes.
It's like, oh my
We're gonna go
God.
through the next 10 phases.
Yes,
right
next 10
now,
phases right
in
now.
deep detail.
It's very funny stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Will Ferrell stuff was really good.
Mm.
I like A-Train. His story arc for the whole show has been really good.
Yes.
I like him as a character. I think his character has grown. They've done a
Yes.
really good job with that. I
Ashley's
think
story was really good.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Her
yeah,
whole thing through the season.
yeah. The whole season and the build up. They're really changing a lot of it from the comic. The show ends in such a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
They all get captured.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
You think they're all gonna just move on
Yeah.
and go in hiding, but that
Yeah.
didn't happen. And you got some characters from Gen V show up at the end,
Yeah.
so they're tying that in. But overall, I think season 4 was as good,
Yeah.
or just as good as the other seasons. And
Did I miss an episode? Or did I fall asleep during an episode?
they all get captured at the
I
end.
don't think I remember any of that. I probably fell asleep.
The final episode.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
remember
what-
Ashley taking the V.
Yep, they don't go back to her. She starts turning into a monster of some sort.
Yeah.
Her wig falls off,
Yeah.
and she's like, ah,
Yeah.
and you don't see her again.
Yeah.
Then they, at the very end, they're all like saying goodbye because they all have to go in hiding because of everything that happened,
Oh, I kind of remember that part.
and they're all driving away.
I don't
And
remember that part.
All of a sudden, you see a ship fall in front of Frenchie.
No, I don't remember any
Okay.
of that. I definitely didn't see any of that.
A ship falls.
Don't tell me anymore. I'm gonna watch. I'll go back
Oh
and
my
rewatch it.
God!
I must something must have happened. I don't
It's
remember any
literally
of that.
the ending of the
Did
season.
you fall asleep, Mark?
I might have.
It's the last 5 minutes of the show.
Oh, maybe I thought it was the end of the episode, and then I turned it off, thinking it was the end of the episode. I remember Ashley's thing,
Yeah.
and then the thing popped up on the screen, like no more episodes. So I just stopped it.
There
So
was
maybe
nothing
that was the
said
thing.
that.
Maybe I don't know.
So that continues.
Oh, maybe I missed the last like 10
Then-
minutes of the show.
That all happens. It
All right, well, don't
cuts-
tell me. I'll go back and watch
Cuts
it.
the credits, and there's a mid-credit scene.
Oh, I didn't watch the mid-credit scene. Then that's what it is. I watched the end of this episode, but not the mid-credit stuff.
Them getting captured is the end of the episode.
Oh, no, I
That's
didn't
not
see
the
that.
mid-credit scene.
I didn't see
though.
that either. I missed it. Something happened.
The mid-credit scene has to deal with Homelander and someone else.
All right, well, don't tell me. I'll watch it.
Oh my God, Mark, you're turning into me.
I might have, like I said, I might have just, it was like middle of the day on Saturday. I might have just, I don't know.
Should we hold off on our rating then?
No, I can still rate it. That doesn't going to change my rating of the show.
Okay.
Like the last 10 minutes of it's not going to magically be like, oh, well, I'm giving an extra point now because of
I don't know.
the last 10 minutes.
I'm just being polite.
I'll probably go watch it when we get done with this. I'll probably go watch it.
That's too funny.
It happens sometimes, you know?
Welcome to the club, buddy.
Your mid-40s, you're watching TV, you just
Jeez,
doze
I used
off.
to get mocked for all this, and now you're doing the same stuff I do.
On a Saturday, though. I don't do
This
it like
isn't
every day.
anything new, Brian. You used to do the same thing for baseball and racing.
I get it from my
Halfway
father.
through the race, you just look over.
I get it from my father.
Mark,
My dad used to fall asleep everything.
dude, we all do it. And the funny thing is, we're watching every time we watch Law and Order late at night. Allison looks at me, "Don't fall asleep." I go, "I won't."
If I'm upstairs,
And then I fall asleep.
if I'm upstairs watching TV for a long
You sure you
period of
weren't
time,
watching Matlock there, Brian?
and
No, Law and
I
Order.
and I come downstairs, Claire's like, "So what you doing up there? Did you fall asleep?" I'm like, "No, I didn't fall asleep. I was watching a
She
show."
knows. She knows.
But I actually, like, most times I'm not. I'm usually just watching TV
It's
or
okay
playing
to-
a video game.
it's
I'm like,
o-
I'm not.
It's okay to fall asleep.
I mean, if I can, why not? I'm allowed. It's my house. I can sleep where I want to. Dang it.
That's what I'm saying. Jeez.
Okay,
Louise.
what was your rating?
I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
I'll say season 4 of The Boys. I think, like I said before, it had a couple flaws, but the overall, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed everything for the most part. I give it a 9. I think it was a great season of television. I really have no big. The only thing I would have done differently is if Huey's father had died a little bit more peacefully.
Yes.
Beyond that, everything I thought was done in a way where it still surprised me. I was still like, that's interesting take, and I'm still fully engaged and hyped for the final season. So
Yeah.
I give it a 9. Yeah, that's my rating.
All right. I will give it. I mean, if I knew at the last end of the show ended, I'd probably give it a point higher. But
Wait, you
I'm
literally?
kidding. I'm kidding.
Jesus.
I
Back at
as well
that
will give it a.
0.1%, Mark.
I was gonna give it a 9, but I don't know how it ended, so I'll give it an 8. But no, I'll give it a 9 as well. I thought it was very well done.
All right.
I thought it was very, like, all the things you said, I agree with. So there's no need for me to repeat them again. So
Yeah, we pretty much agreed on the same
Yeah,
thing. That's
9.
good. That doesn't happen very often. No, we kind of
yeah,
agree.
we
on a lot
kind
of
of.
things.
That's why we're friends.
Not all the time, but we
But
agree.
most things,
For
there's
most
stuff
things
that
we
matters,
agree.
like TV shows and life,
Life. This is why we're.
heterosexual life partners.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
it, buddy.
Yeah,
Oh, you just wait for episode 700. Things are gonna get real.
things get real. We're gonna find out some stuff.
We might be getting divorced.
Don't
in our
fall asleep
lives.
now,
I
okay?
won't fall asleep. All right, moving on.
We gotta move on, baby.
This past weekend in Anaheim, just a couple weeks after San Diego Comic-Con,
Mm-hmm.
which might be the last San Diego Comic-Con, might be moving to a different location.
Might be moving to Vegas, baby.
Yeah, that's the rumor.
That's right.
Disney held its D23, used to be called the D23 Expo, is now called the D23 Ultimate Fan Experience.
Yes.
It's a club, like the fan club for Disney,
Mm-hmm.
where you can buy into it, but also
No,
can...
no, that's 33.
No, 33 is a
No.
fancier thing.
Here we go.
23 is like if you're just want to, it's like a fan club thing. You can become a member of D23. Anyone can become a member of that. Club 33 is a whole different thing. That's like a very exclusive thing. But yeah, so it's a weekend, basically a Disney convention put on by Disney.
Yes.
It's all Disney properties, everything
Yes.
Disney, ESPN, ABC, blah, 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 blah,
Everybody
blah,
knows
blah.
what
Everything's
this
there.
is. Yeah.
So on Friday, they had their entertainment panel where they went through everything Disney in the world of animation, movies, TV shows, Broadway, and so much more.
Yes.
And on Saturday, they had their experiences panel, which is basically their parks panel, where they went over every new thing coming to all the Disney World parks and Fortnite for some reason. Yeah. And then Sunday, they had their Legends panel, where they inducted Harrison Ford, John Williams, Miley Cyrus,
Frank Oz.
Frank Oz,
Why Miley Cyrus?
because she was Hannah Montana.
I forgot forgot about that.
Yeah. And did a lot of Disney movies at the beginning of her career.
Well, I know him.
And a bunch of
Yeah.
Imagineers and animators.
You know,
and-
engineers and animators and stuff like that. And Steven Ditko, the
Nice.
guy who drew Spider-Man for the first time. And others as
And
well.
others, yes.
Yeah, the first person to make Iron Man red and yellow. Yeah. So they were all put in as legends of the Disney company.
Nice.
So, yeah. So that was a whole bunch of stuff, but like we talked about on Friday, was the entertainment panel. And a lot of stuff was introed and unveiled.
Yes.
More than what
lots.
they unveiled at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah. It
We got a
put
trailer for...
Hall H to shame.
Yeah, we got a trailer for Skeleton Crew.
No, stop. Let's go through it.
Okay.
Let's go through it. Let's not rattle it off. Let's just go
I
through
wasn't
it.
going to go. I wasn't going to.
Okay, Skeleton Crew.
Yes,
You watched the trailer just today.
I did, right before we started.
I watched it this weekend. Skeleton Crew is set during the New Republic era,
Yes.
the years after Return of the Jedi, and based on its plot synopsis, it will be about 4 kids lost in the galaxy trying to make their way home. Jude Law is also set to make his debut in the galaxy far, far away,
Yes.
this time as a Force user named Jad Nawood. We also got a first look at what the suburbs look like in the Star Wars universe.
Or the
Based-
suburbs.
And in the trailer shown at D23, this show is heavily inspired by classic Steven Spielberg
Yes.
films like E.T. and Hook.
Yeah.
And-
That's what I was going to say is
Yeah.
that neighborhood that you see in the trailer reminded me so much of the neighborhood from E.T.
Yeah.
It's a
It looked exactly
Very much
like
that,
that
and very
Pasadena.
Stranger Things, very High 8.
yeah. Well,
very
High 8
much
is
that.
inspired by Spielberg.
Yeah, well,
it's-
Spielberg, it's a Spielberg movie.
no, that's a J.J. Abrams movie.
I know, but it was like, wasn't he a producer on it?
No,
Oh,
I don't know.
I could have sworn he was.
But
But anyways, but it's very much
interesting,
that era.
neighborhood. It looks like 70s, 80s, right?
I thought of Paperboy with the way they shot the...
When you pause it and you actually look at the houses,
Yeah.
they're very Star Warsy looking.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you see it so quickly, your
Yeah.
brain just throws in.
Yeah, kind of like the neighborhood from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Right. Yes.
Probably the same set. They just repurposed the structures
Yeah.
and re-skinned them to make them look like...
So I'll say this: I watched the trailer. I hope it's good.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think. I feel like this is probably geared towards a younger audience.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It feels that way. After what we just coming out of, I just hope it's good. I want it to be good.
Yeah.
I want Star Wars to have a win here. Could this be it? The trailer does look good, but their
Yeah.
trailers have all looked good.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm going into it.
I mean, Acolytes didn't look good.
I'm going into it very cautiously and
Yes.
optimistic, but at the same time, I will watch this once I hear word of mouth.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just jump in. I'm gonna wait it out. See.
Don't
how
worry,
it,
Brian. I'll watch it.
See how it.
Yeah.
People
We'll
think.
watch it first and then let you know.
I'll see. I'll take Mark's word for it. If Mark, you say to me, Brian,
Don't make me LeVar Burton. Don't take my word for it. Watch it yourself.
I trust your opinion. If you said,
Okay.
Brian, it's good, give it a shot. I'll give
Okay.
it a go.
Yeah. And I think this might be more of like the nostalgic watch than a entertainment watch.
Yeah, but I
It's
need.
gonna have a lot of the member berries.
I
It's gonna
need
have all
meat
that Republic
that
era.
bone.
But I'm saying, but it's gonna have more of that Republic themed era timing, like Andor, very set in that time frame. Mandalorian, set in where Star Wars should be set, and not in any other random
Yeah.
timeline or part of the world that no one cares about.
Right. And I mean, listen, if this show is aimed for a younger audience,
Yeah.
great. I just want it to be good. I hope it's good.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all I want.
Yeah.
But the trailer does look good.
Yeah.
I can't deny that.
Yeah. I mean, Jude Law hasn't done any other bad sci-fi movies in his life, so there's a good chance this could be good.
Well, he's playing a Jedi.
Force user.
No, Force user. Force user.
What's
If he was playing a Jedi, they call it a Jedi.
Yes. I mean, he
He's
hasn't
a
gone.
Force
don't
user.
they say you're a Jedi in the trailer?
He said, "Are
No.
you a Jedi?"
They say, "Oh, a Jedi,"
Like,
but
say,
they
"Are you
he's
a Jedi?"
Yeah,
Yeah. So we don't know.
yeah.
So you don't know.
We
but
don't know.
until he has a lightsaber.
And
Right.
I have to say, after
There's plenty of
Order
Force users out there.
6-6, we have learned it was a complete failure because of the amount of Jedi who were hit.
Yes.
It was a complete failure.
Yes. Well, I mean, it wasn't as so much as it took out the temple, and they were able to destroy the Order.
But a lot of Jedi.
A lot of them still around, and
Yeah.
there's if you read the prevailing comics after that, it explains a lot of what went on afterwards of them hunting down.
They went into hiding a lot.
yeah,
of these
Inquisitors
things.
and all that stuff.
Yeah, so it was not.
Yeah,
It was a success
Yeah.
on the surface.
I mean Ahsoka made it, so they did
Everybody,
that good of a job.
everybody made it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I do have to say that I watched in the trailer. If you watch certain things, it reminds me of the Michael Jackson Star Wars type show, Captain EO. Because there's characters in. If you watch it, there's characters in the trailer that look like they're from.
I couldn't
George-
tell you one thing
You've never seen it?
about Captain EO.
I've seen
It
Captain.
was made by George Lucas.
I know it
for
was,
Disney.
but I don't remember any of it. I'll admit that I've never probably seen one. I know it was a ride at Disney for a
yes.
long time.
Oh, see, I watched that
But
and
that was
like
about
the
it.
Moonwalker and
Yes.
all those.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of that stuff.
But you know what, Josh? I'll tell you the truth. That
I can't remember any
that
of it.
didn't even cross my
Yeah,
mind.
no, I know.
But that's an interesting.
It could be.
And also, it reminded me of the old Ewok.
Ewok
Stop.
movie.
Yeah, those Ewok movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really get into those either. I know Brian was big into the Ewoks.
Ewok movies are great. I liked them as a kid.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan.
I still regret not buying the DVDs when they were at Best Buy.
Yeah, well,
Okay. Then we already know this is happening. This is coming out this October. Is Agatha All Along?
yes,
We already know. We already talked about this.
yeah. It's got a spookier trailer.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's good. I'm going in with this. I don't know.
I mean, the people that are in it, there's a good chance it's going to be decent.
I'll say this: the people, in my opinion, the people behind the screen, who are the same, a lot of the same people who did
WandaVision.
WandaVision.
Yes.
Now, WandaVision, in my opinion,
Amazing.
was the best Disney
Yeah.
Plus show
Yeah.
they've ever put out, in
Yeah.
my opinion. So, for that alone, makes me hopeful.
Yeah.
That alone makes me know they know what they're doing.
Yes.
So, I give it that.
Yeah.
I give it that.
Yeah.
So,
It's coming at the right time.
September 18th, it
Yeah.
premieres.
Right
And
in
it's
time
gonna-
for Halloween season.
Yeah, start in September.
Perfect timing.
And in October, baby.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Wow, they nailed it. I think
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
so-
Yeah, good cast. You're right.
Yeah.
There. They also showed the Fantastic Four First Steps
Yes.
snippet.
Which they played at San Diego, is now officially out. You can watch it online without watching someone in the audience shooting it with their phone,
Yeah.
which has Galactus at the end.
So it's them doing the
Yeah.
the scientific stuff. And
Yeah,
It's like
it's got Cousin from Bear, so I'm
yeah,
sold.
It's like
already,
a
so.
scientific like they're having
Pedro
a
Pascal.
documentary or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Very excited.
I'm
I'm
excited.
hoping Fantastic Four nails.
I'm liking the fact that it's set in like the '60s esque space
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Very like Thunderbolts. Team America look.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now, this is the big one. This is the one I am the most excited for, and I will watch week to week because
Fraggle Rock. Oh, sorry.
that would be awesome.
Wouldn't it be amazing if they brought Fraggle Rock back?
Daredevil Born Again.
Wait, they did bring Fraggle Rock back.
They
They
did.
did,
It wasn't
they
that
did.
great. Yeah.
Daredevil Born Again. Now, this is the one Disney Plus show I am looking forward to the most.
Yes.
They showed a snippet. The Punisher's back.
Yes.
The actor who played Bullseye's back.
Yes.
The whole cast and crew.
Yeah.
from
Everyone
the
from the
original
Netflix show is
is
back.
back.
Yeah.
And it looks gritty.
Yes.
It has the same feel. And I'm like, man, I gotta watch season 3 of Daredevil.
Yeah.
I still haven't. Nor have I watched The Punisher.
Yeah.
I haven't watched The Punisher season 3 of Daredevil.
2 seasons of The Punisher, I believe.
Was there 2?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure there was 2.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we
I
got.
think they're all on Disney Plus now. So.
Yeah, they're all on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know. Even Allison.
I remember
who-
watching. I think I watched because I watched Defenders. which was-
I'm just not gonna watch The Defenders.
Well, it keeps the story.
Yeah, I know.
You kind of need it to if you want to keep up to date.
Um,
If they're doing like straight continuation of the story, you kind of need to see it.
Well,
Yeah.
this is Born Again, so it's a sequel series. Also,
They're not doing the. They're not starting from scratch again.
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's a sequel series.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
So you're
saying.
gonna need to have
I
information.
am not gonna watch the Avengers. I refuse. It just looks horrible.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that
It
bad.
was better than Iron Fist, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
not gonna watch Iron Fist either.
Yeah.
I will say we watched.
They should have done Heroes for Hire instead. They'd have been so much better off.
It should. We watched season 1 and 2 of Daredevil. We really enjoyed that. We
Yeah.
watched the season 1 and 2 of Jessica Jones.
Yes.
Was there only 2 seasons of Jessica Jones? Or was there only
Yes.
2?
There's only 2.
Season 2 just took forever to get to the point.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was good overall,
Yeah, yeah,
but it
yeah.
wasn't the best.
Yeah.
But we'll watch The Punisher in season 3 of Daredevil.
Yeah. Season 2 of Punisher got I remember it getting out there a little. It kind of started losing its steam.
I only thought they only did 1 season of The Punisher.
No, because
No, they
they
did too.
brought back the bad guy, and he was all cut up.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's her face from Daredevil was in.
Elektra, right? No, the other
No.
one.
What's her
Deborah
from-
Wall's character, the
The girl
lawyer.
from True Blood was in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Deborah Wall. I can't remember her
Yeah, yeah.
character's
Wow,
name.
you're right. Okay, so
Yeah.
season 1 was in 2017, and
Yeah.
season 2 was in 2019.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got some stuff to catch up on.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the one show I'm looking forward to. This is it. I'm really looking forward to this show because I think it
What is the quotations for show? Why is it?
quotation. I don't know why.
What is he doing?
I don't know.
What is he doing?
A show, if you
Show.
will.
Well, Disney Plus doesn't really make good shows, but they have to nail this.
You don't know how to use quotations.
I know. I don't know why I'm quoting. Pretend I didn't do that.
They do make
Rewind.
good
You know how to air
shows, though.
quote.
What are you doing?
You know how to air
Rewind.
quote.
Erase. Rewind.
There's no editing of the
erase.
podcast,
All right.
Brian.
It's a live video. We can't.
Rewind. Pretend it didn't happen. Anyway,
impossible.
Daredevil needs to nail this. They need to have the same feel.
Yes.
They need to have hour-long episodes. They need to do a lot of things because I think people will be very disappointed if they don't.
Yeah.
And this needs to get, in my opinion, the MCU shows back on track.
Yes.
And this show needs to prove to the audience they can do it.
You need
And,
to speed us along is what you need to do.
I also know it's being produced, or the showrunner is the guy who showrunned The Punisher, which
Yeah.
is good. Well,
It's already 12:30, so that's all I'm saying.
we took a long time to get here, Mark.
I know.
There was a lot of
But you don't need to
rails.
go into deep detail on every single one of these.
Why not?
Well, because someone needs to leave in like 20 minutes.
All right. Well, anyway, I'm just going to rattle off the last couple things real quick. If you have anything to say, or Josh.
Andor
Mona,
season 2.
Andor season 2, which that's going to come out in 2025.
Yes.
Yes, and it's supposed to take 4 years. Like,
Yes.
it's supposed to go over like 4
Yes.
years of time.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
You need to, speaking of shows, you need to watch. Andor is
yeah,
one of
I
them.
know. I know.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Yeah, it's a good show.
Listen, I need to get the stink off of me from the Acolyte, and I'll
Watch Andor.
Dude,
It'll make you
honestly,
figure it out.
Brian,
Yeah.
honestly, Andor is a completely different
Yes.
thing.
I know.
So it's
And it's set in the good times of Star Wars, not in the weird other
Not in the
alternate
bad times.
timelines that they have going on.
Not in the Sith, the
The fake Sith,
Sith
the
that don't
CW
Sith, that-
Sith.
CW Sith shows.
Yeah, CW Sith shows.
Where you're supposed to like the Sith now?
Yeah, I guess the Sith's the good guy.
Sith trap? He's a Sith trap.
All right,
Swims naked in the pond.
He's like,
Let's
hey,
go.
I killed your friends. Want to check out
Right.
my butt?
Hey, wanna check out my butt?
Okay, what?
All right, what else we got? We got the Captain America: Brave New World trailer.
Which they
New
got
trailer.
they got a
You
little bit more
see,
Red Hulk.
Yeah, you see Red Hulk.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford transforming into Red Hulk.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Comes out in February.
Yeah.
Very excited for that.
Claire's birthday.
Hmm?
Comes out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it's great. She gets Captain America. I get Beetlejuice.
Yeah, Beetlejuice
Everyone's
comes
happy.
out in October. Very excited.
September 6th, my birthday.
Wait, comes out in September?
Comes out on my
I thought it
birthday.
was in October.
No, it comes out on my birthday.
Okay, all right.
We saw
and
the
it comes,
poster at
Brian,
the
stuff comes out
Deadpool.
in September for October.
Yeah, it came. We saw it for after
You're
Deadpool.
right.
We talked about.
I apologize.
God, Brian.
I can't remember it all.
Brian saw it.
Yeah.
I can't remember everything. We have a live action Snow White. I don't really care. There's
It's just
a
the
live,
ongoing. They make those. They're not for us. They're for other
they're a
people.
live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch.
Yes.
That actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
The
This
animation of Stitch looks good.
this one could be good. We get in the Incredibles 3 announcement.
Yes.
I
They're
was
making
like-
on that.
A lot of sequels.
Toy Story 5.
Yeah,
Incredibles
Frozen
3.
yeah. I was like, Toy Story. could
Moana
you just,
2.
Could you just
Yeah.
put Toy Story to bed? You're just killing it.
Yeah.
Live action Mufasa.
Zootopia
Yes.
2.
Zootopia 2.
Yeah, the Mufasa,
Yes.
which is a Lion King sequel. not
Prequel.
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 Yes.
Freaky Friday 2
Freakier Friday.
is now
Yeah,
Freakier
Freakier
Friday.
Yes.
That's what I say when I get out of work. It's Freakier Friday.
Yeah, it's every other Friday. Freakier Friday.
Tron, the new Tron.
Tron
movie.
Ares.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did you now, Brian? Did
Colin
you see
Farrell.
who's doing the music?
Nine Inch Nails.
Nine Inch
Trent
Nails,
Reznor
yeah.
and Attica Ross,
Yeah.
which they do the soundtrack to a lot of things.
Yeah, they did the one to the last Tron movie, and it was epic.
Actually,
No, that was Daft Punk.
Oh, it's Daft Punk. That's
Daft
right.
Punk
That's right.
did
I'm thinking,
but
what movie
They
did
did. They
just
did
do that for?
Collider. No,
Daft Punk is retired.
No, the Nine Inch Nails. What's
Nine
one
Inch.
that?
They
They
did.
just did the soundtrack to The Bear season 3.
I know, but they did a
Hold on.
space kind of movie.
What's
that was-
Collider?
Media.
Wasn't it Collider?
Might have been.
It could have been cool. I
Yeah.
didn't see it, but they've done soundtracks for a lot of films.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yes,
Um,
but that looks amazing because it's in this. Colin Farrell plays a program
yeah.
who escapes the system, comes into the real world, hunting down
Oh, really?
Bo Bridges' character.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges' character. Yes.
Bo Bridges.
Well, his son is also in it, right? The son or wherever. So they're hunting that because the girl left. Olivia Wilde's character left
Oh, so long ago, Mark.
in that in
That
Tron
last-
Legacy.
yeah.
She left, so he's in the hunt for her and them
Yeah.
to bring her back.
Tron Legacy. Guess
Into the
when that
system.
came out? 2010.
Yeah,
I
it was a
couldn't
while ago.
tell you
Yeah.
anything that happened in that movie.
Oh yeah, I can tell you everything that happened in that movie. I love that movie.
I mean,
I had this thought
I
over the
saw it in the
weekend
theater once.
as I was looking for something to watch. I think I have a weird photographic memory where I only remember movies. I could kind of like remember the whole movie, so that's why I can't rewatch movies as much as I want to. Because I was like going through like movies on Hulu, I'm like, oh, I could tell you that whole plot of that movie just by looking at the poster,
yeah.
and I don't want to see it
Well-
again because I've already like I just watched it in my head 2 seconds.
Well,
So
there you go. Another movie.
I'm sure other people have that too, but
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. His another upcoming project is Monster Jam.
Disney Monster Jam.
No, it's inspired by the monster truck driving event of the
Yeah,
same name.
but it's
Monster
called
Jam.
Disney Monster Jam.
It's just called Monster Jam.
I know, but on their logo they showed it said Disney Monster Jam. So
You know the word
Because
Disney's
it's a
in front of
Disney
everything?
Yes.
production, Mark.
Yes.
Yes, Disney's.
It's like Disney Pixar.
I know. I'm just
Nobody
saying.
goes. Can I see Disney's Toy Story 5?
Yeah, so I don't know if it's a movie or a show.
It's a movie.
Oh, okay.
It says filming. It's in the process of filming.
He's
Oh,
also
okay.
developing a new film with the studio called Monster Jam, inspired by the monster truck driving event of the same name. While plot details are otherwise sparse, the film is currently shooting.
It seems like a real Steel ripoff.
You got it, baby. I don't know if it's gonna be animated or what. or
I'm assuming it's
live
gonna be
action.
live action because it's The Rock.
Or it could be live action with animated CG parts.
We'll
like
see.
trucks
Who knows?
talk or something.
I don't
like
know,
Herbie
like
the Love Bug.
Transformers.
It's going to be Herbie fully monster jammed.
Yeah.
Fully Monster Jammed.
We actually have a Pixar original Win or Lose. It's
Yep.
going to be a TV series.
Yep.
That's kind of interesting.
Based in the Inside Out world, I believe.
Pixar's first ever original TV series, titled Win or Lose. The new show introduces us to Pickles, a softball team gearing up for a championship.
Oh, okay.
We'll ride along with 8 different characters, including insecure kids, helicopter parents, a lovesick umpire, and Pickles the coach. Voiced by Will Forte.
Oh, okay.
As they prepare for the game of their lives.
Oh, okay. I thought they were doing something with Inside Out as well.
No.
Some kind of show or something.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Then Pixar has a new original film coming out called Hoppers.
Yep.
Stars John Hamm,
Yes.
Bobby
Moynihan.
Moynihan, and Piper Curdy.
Yes.
And it's coming to theaters spring 2026.
Yes. They're shooting stuff way out there. They're showing stuff.
Wow. Animation does take a long
It
time.
Yeah,
does.
especially
It
a lot
does.
of the animated voice actor stuff.
It's like they're saying like that Toy Story movie might be it's like 2027. It's like why are you even talking about it? Like don't tell me about things until they're coming.
Mark, you know, it's called investments.
I know, but it's
gets the
just like
stock-
it's just kind of
it
like,
gets
oh
the
my
stock
gosh.
market
Yeah.
going. This is what it is.
I
mean,
know. I know.
Mufasa the Lion King gets a new trailer.
Yeah.
That's going to be coming out December 20th
Yes.
of this year.
Yeah.
Ironheart is finally
Happening.
happening. It's going to set to premiere in 2025 because they slowed down. They didn't want to just start
Yes.
pumping things out.
Yeah.
Ironheart is still a thing. A lot
Yeah.
of people thought it was not.
Yeah.
Everybody thought it was canceled, including myself. Andor season 2.
Yes.
Which will be season 2 beyond. It says they still don't have or confirmed release date for Andor season 2 beyond 2025.
Yes.
So don't know, but it's been 12 episodes.
Yeah.
The big one.
Rumor is January 2026.
Okay. So here is
Okay.
the big one. We got to see a trailer or a teaser of The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yes.
This is the one Star Wars show.
It's not a show.
It was a show. It is a show.
Oh.
Until this movie
Oh,
comes
gotcha.
out, it's still technically a show.
Gotcha.
The Mandalorian is by far my favorite Star Wars show. The fact that it's becoming a movie.
Only 3 seasons in a movie? Wow. They
Wow,
think
yeah.
that's
Well,
what 6.
2.5 seasons in a movie.
Well,
in my
three
opinion.
3
3
full
if you count
seasons.
Boba Fett.
Yeah, 3 seasons in a movie. It's like the Community route.
It's going to be directed by Jon Favreau.
Yes.
The movie is actually just a few weeks into production. Favreau and producer and co-writer Dave Filoni brought footage to D23. They gave a taste of what it will look like. The footage teased the return of Mando's Razor Crest ship, Star Wars Rebels Zeb, as well as Mandalorian Grogu facing an AT-AT walking in a snowy planet. Hoth, maybe.
Yeah.
This movie is potentially going to hit theaters May 22nd, 2026.
Yeah.
Another one. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
But man, it's been a long time since Star Wars has been in the theater, and I honestly miss
Yeah.
it, and I hope they nail it with this one.
I don't see why it wouldn't be good.
This is what started the Star Wars TV show. They kicked it off on Star Wars television, and I think it's got to bring it back.
Yeah.
Because I think they kind of lost their way.
Yeah. And to go with the movie coming out, they're going to be also shooting a ride for Smuggler's Run. So they'll put an overlay on Smuggler's Run in that same year, 2026, in preparation for the movie coming out.
Oh, nice.
So you'll be able to go and ride the
Razor
ride.
Crest.
Well, it'd be the Millennium Falcon, but you'll be in that universe.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's about it. Percy Jackson season 2 is a thing.
Yes, I know Kylie's very excited about that.
I heard, people who watched it.
Kylie loves that show.
I've never
She
seen.
loves that Percy Jackson.
Did you guys see anything about, did you care anything about the actual park stuff?
I did.
mean-
They're making a Villain's Land in Magic Kingdom
Yep.
behind,
As someone who hasn't gone to Disney forever, doesn't
possibly
know
behind
really.
Haunted Mansion. They're making a Cars Land behind Big Thunder Mountain, possibly. They're building a Monsters Inc. land in Hollywood Studios
And a ride.
with a ride where you ride to the door scene. It's
Yeah.
like the first hanging coaster where you hang from it, not like on an actual car. So that's big. What was their stuff coming to Disney World?
There's another, Encanto,
Oh,
Coco type land.
That's Encanto is going to Animal Kingdom, taking over Dino Land, and the dinosaur ride is being rethemed to an all-new Indiana Jones attraction,
Yeah.
Really?
which I'm excited for.
I would be excited.
I rode Dinosaur. It's the same ride system as the one in Disneyland, and it was I wasn't a big fan of it was kind of like a weird ride to me
Yeah.
when I rode it. It's like, this is a terrible movie. Why is this got a ride? And why is it still around? And why do people still care about this ride off of a movie that was not really that great? So
I know.
it was kind of weird.
Well, don't forget, Disney put a lot of stock into that movie. Like they brought the cans. They really were trying to.
Yeah, it didn't
present
do
it,
anything though.
and it just
Didn't do anything.
It was
I mean, it's not as bad as Borderlands, but
Oh, God.
Do you hear how much money Borderlands made this weekend?
Nothing. It made nothing.
$4 million.
Yeah, it did not do good.
The
It
budget
is-
was $110 million.
I heard
bad
rumored
casting.
that it is the
But we gotta wrap this
first.
show up, Mark.
Yes.
It's the first Rotten Tomatoes movie to have zeros on both critics and
Yeah. it didn't do it.
watchers.
Here's the thing. The moment I heard the cast, I was
Because
like, why?
you play that game, don't you?
Yeah, I played Borderlands.
Yeah.
But the cast is all wrong.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, I saw the trailer, and I'm like, it did not make me excited. And I was just like, why are you casting these people who are in their 50s, 60s, and 70s in a movie with
Yeah.
characters that are in their 20s and 30s?
Yeah.
And it's either going to be R-rated
Yeah.
or you're going to gear it toward the audience who grew up playing these games, who are now in their 30s and 40s, but these characters are young.
Yeah.
Why are these people in this movie? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
They blew their budget on the cast.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest complaint. Everybody's like, this casting is so wrong.
Yeah.
Why is Jamie Lee Curtis in this?
Yeah. I
It
don't
makes
know.
no sense.
Yeah.
I just don't understand the cast.
I just don't see the Kate Blanchett thing didn't make any sense to me.
She doesn't make any sense. Kevin Hart doesn't make any sense.
See, I've never played the game at all, so I have no
The only
connection to
person
it.
that you could say makes sense
girl?
is Jack Black playing the voice of
And the
Black
young girl
Girl.
that's got the hat on.
She's fine. She's
Yeah.
young.
I have heard the complaint
She's
that
playing Tiny Tina.
you
Yeah.
have two people from Jungle Book that you turn. The only reason they're there
Jumanji.
is because Jumanji, because you turned the Jumanji board game movie into a video game movie,
Yeah.
and then you took those two people and added them to the video game movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there's no reason for Kevin Hart and Jack Black to be in it.
Yeah.
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 They could have just had Jack Black play the robot.
He's just
That's
doing the
fine.
voice. That's fine. But
Yeah.
like everybody else should have been younger people. It should have been a better script. It should have been a better everything. But clearly, it did not connect to the audience.
Just unfortunately a step back for video game movies.
You know what? People say that, but I think video game adaptations have been doing very well, and this is just one bad one.
No, I know. I'm just saying it's a step. I'm not saying it's the
Yeah.
end of them. I'm just saying it's a step backwards.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
all.
the person who was doing it.
It's a stumble.
It's a stumble because Eli Roth directed it, but the thing was, he wasn't the one who started it. The original director left. There was another person got involved. He left. This movie was like in production hell
Brian?
for 9 years.
Could have been the wrong.
Brian,
wrong
right
studio.
now, audience score is 50%,
I believe it.
and it has a 9% score.
I believe it. I believe it. Yeah, it's harsh.
Could have been the wrong studio. Sometimes the wrong studio just purchases the rights,
Yeah,
and they just don't do a good job with it.
they just didn't do a good job.
Who did this movie? What studio?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I think it might have been Sony, but I'm not sure. It's
Josh?
the same producer
on.
as Uncharted, Spider-Man, and Venom, but
So that'd be Sony.
Yeah, Ross.
but it could have been someone else. Lionsgate, maybe.
No, that's Disney. Not a Disney film.
Hold on.
Well, I don't know who produced. I don't know who put it out or produced it.
It's not Warner Brothers.
No, it's not Warner Brothers. Maybe.
I'm assuming it's Universal or Sony.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just got people's names. It doesn't even have like a production company.
Oh,
But like distributor, like who distributes the movie? That's the thing.
Lionsgate.
it's Lionsgate.
Oh, I don't
Disney
think that's
doesn't.
Disney anymore.
No, Disney doesn't own Lionsgate. All right, we gotta wrap it up, you guys. I know
Yeah.
you guys want to keep yakking about this, but we gotta move on. Mark, you gotta say goodbye.
Okay.
We gotta go. We'll be back next week.
Do you remember how to say goodbye?
I do. As always, be safe, be well, and be kind.
Rewind. See you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye. Bye, Rocky.
Night, Rocky.